Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 2 of Fnatic versus Sig.Trust set to get underway. Sig.Trust taking game 1 in pretty damn convincing fashion. It was a relatively quick one. Fnatic just flopped over. Let's see if they can bring a better fight here coming into game number 2. Ooh, what are we working on here? Well, Sig.Trust gonna abide by the if it ain't broke, don't fix it. First pick, Earth Spirit once again. We will have the same sides. Sig.Trust will be on the Radiant, and Fnatic will take the Dire again. Earth Spirit Beastmaster this time, though they won't be able to get their prized Oracle. Fnatic have made the right call to ban it out, and instead of going Venge Batrider, they will instead go Venge Doombringer. So both sides kind of switching it up a little bit. I'm honestly a little bit surprised to see Fnatic go for the Doom again. It seemed like the Batrider really had a good time early on and then just started getting countered later on as the team fight started breaking out. It seemed like more of a follow-up issue for Fnatic than it did just Batrider is not a good hero in a vacuum. And he had so much momentum early on. He had a 10-minute Blink Dagger. He solo killed the Medusa at least twice. And the Oracle was the one that really shut him down later on. And Doom definitely played a role as well. Doom seemed more focused around the Outworld Devourer. That's where most of his presence was. And this time Fnatic wanted to try to take the big boy for themselves. So as a bit of a change of pace, we saw Sig.Trust do the offlane Doom, playing more of the position 3 role last game. I think more likely we see Fnatic put Doom in the jungle, play that greedy 4 once again. It's just the position we've seen him in more commonly with those kind of greedy lineups. But of course, it does depend on what they want to pick up here to kind of synergize with it. Gyrocopter and OD, the third bans from both teams. And Sig.Trust, they ban out the OD and the Batrider. I'm only surprised because they did such a good job shutting down both those heroes last game. Though they don't have Doom or Oracle, so maybe it makes sense on that front that they don't want to hand them over if they don't have their ideal tools to go with it. The Earth Spirit, classic Earth Spirit play. A lot of roaming early on, put a lot of pressure on the lanes, and he ended up getting pretty darn farmed. Veil, he had Veil Ags before the 30-minute mark. It's just absurd how much damage that hero can put out, especially when the Veil synergizes so well with a core like the Jakiro that they had. Beastmaster is going to be a good addition, though. We'll give them a lot of really good vision with the Hawk. Good lockdown, some pushing power, and really good 5-man. The Inner Beast aura is not something that you can forget about. Once he grabs that Necronomicon, there will be a lot of kill potential. Certainly no doubt about that. Slark now, third pick for Fnatic. So they will take a much different style carry than the Sven. Slark a lot more mobile, can get involved earlier on, probably looking for that nice early Shadow Blade, go hunting. So far seems like a pretty good game for Slark. Hero that will match up better against the Medusa if Sig.Trust want to go for it. That was one of the big problems last game. They just couldn't pick anything that would really counter the Medusa towards the late game once the farm comes out. Banned out a couple of the good mana drain heroes, and by the time the Medusa came out, they were already kind of boxed into a corner in terms of drafting with a Sven, OD, Batrider trio of cores. But Slark can be an okay diffusal carrier. One reason why he can match up against the Medusa. And the other is that Essence Shift, of course. Stealing stats from Medusa is probably... I think she might be the most vulnerable to that stat steal, that shift. Most heroes, it's kind of, oh, that's annoying. Slark, you silly little man. But for Medusa, it's kind of a big deal. She's one of the only heroes that really uses all 3 stats pretty effectively. Sig.Trust grabbed their second support, though. It's Mr. Lion. They won't be able to get that Oracle as they had in the last game, so they grab another nice aggressive support. That is a recurring theme of theirs. They really like support heroes that can do damage, find solo kills, and have a big presence early on. Lion certainly fits the bill for that. 2 crowd controls, the big burst damage from the finger. And mana drain doesn't hurt to have. May dissuade Fnatic from taking an illusion-based hero. Well, still a lot of options for Fnatic here. A pretty open-ended draft. They could commit to a greedy lineup here with Doom in the jungle, and ooh, okay. They change it up.
Team pick.
Looks like Fnatic want to go for a little bit of the pushing. So they'll pick themselves up the Chen. All right, this is interesting. So we have seen Fnatic go for this kind of lineup around the Chen, where they just go non-stop push. And we actually, earlier in this tournament, saw them win a game in about 12 minutes by just knocking down towers and never stopping. And they were able to just sustain through it, heal the creeps. The difference was, though, that they had, in that particular game, a lot more pushing synergy. I think they had an Invoker. I think they had a Witch Doctor. They might have even had a Beastmaster. They had a lot more heroes that really synergize with that all-in push. So here they're going to have this Chen who can help in that, a good support to make use of the jungle. But they're not going to be able to end this game before 20 minutes, I don't think. It just doesn't seem very likely. Sig.Trust again go for the Medusa, though. And in exact same fashion, fourth pick, feeling pretty confident looking at this draft that Medusa will work out again. It's become the new Lakel's Classic. You know, I see the name Lakel's and I think Morphling, but I'm starting to think Lakel's Medusa, because it's been like all he's been playing recently. Fnatic ban out the Jakiro. Got fooled last game, not going to get fooled again here. You know, I think a warranted ban, honestly.
10 seconds.
Feels weird to say that, but oh man, Sig.Trust did so much work with the Jakiro last game.
Turn to pick.
So Fnatic, what do they need here? A good mid laner. Death Prophet, a fine ban. Would have been some scary death ball. Invoker would be the perfect pick here. Of course, he's banned. But something along those lines that can have a presence in the lane, push alongside the Chen, and then scale well into the late game. God, I don't know who that is. Viper?
10 seconds remaining.
Actually, Viper might not be the worst pick. Depending on what Fnatic want to do here. But again, I think they need stuns. I think they need some kind of bigger lockdown. They could go for a Nyx Assassin. They want to have that mana drain against the Dusa. He could get shut down mid, depending on what Sig.Trust pick. But it could work. Mana drain is really good against the Medusa, obviously. And just having a hero like Nyx with Vendetta that can kind of pick on these supports a little bit. Catch the Lion, catch the Earth Spirit. If he can ball out of control, he could put a lot of pressure on this lineup.
10 seconds.
But they need somebody like that in the mid. They need someone that can scale, I think. And they take the Wind Ranger. Okay. So can be a diffusal carrier. Somebody that can deal with the Dusa. Some much needed crowd control. A 2-hero Shackle is a game-winning play. And it helps fill that gap for the lack of CC that Fnatic have. Can't forget that Chen will pick up creeps that have stuns and snares and what have you to set up for the Slark Pounce. So they're not completely stunless. And with that Wind Ranger, it's a fairly well-rounded draft. The thing that they're lacking, though, is big team fight disables. Like, there's no like Stone Gaze. There's no Magnetize. There's no real good AoE team fight. They've got a lot of good single target. They've got a lot of good, hey, we've got an advantage in numbers. But Sig.Trust just go with the Queen of Pain. Nice, solid mid laner. Somebody that can stand up to the Wind Ranger, be very mobile. Both teams have a lot of kill potential, but I think Sig.Trust have the better team fight lineup. Almost no doubt about that. They've got more stuns, they've got more disable, and they just simply have more AoE damage. Axes from the Beastmaster, Magnetize from the Earth Spirit, everything the Queen of Pain does, the Snake and Split Arrows from Medusa, the Line Stun from Lion. There's just a lot of AoE for these team fights. And when you look at Fnatic, if they don't initiate perfectly, if they don't use their numbers advantage, straight up 5v5s are going to be a little bit difficult for this Dire squad, I think. But we'll see. Per usual, with a Chen in the jungle, there's a lot of options. I think a lot of pressure on DJ this game to make it work. There he is, the big man with the turban. You ride that, Rhino Chen. You ride it. You ride it good. Ohio going to be the one to take the Doom, though, for Fnatic. So it looks like he will be the offlaner again. Interesting, we're seeing back-to-back games with a position 3 Doom. With the Chen, a little bit more predictable, I suppose. But definitely a change in terms of how that hero was being played even just earlier in this tournament.
30 seconds to battle.
All right. I'm going to get a little freebie there before creeps spawn. That's actually kind of cute. A little extra money. So I'm going to go ahead and guess Lakells. We'll go Phase Boot, Drum, Aquila, Yasha, Scotty. Anybody want to play some bets here on the item build for the Medusa? Is there a counter to that item build? You know, is this just one of those strategies that's just objectively so good that it doesn't really matter if the enemy knows what you're going to do? I mean, I can't really think of too much to counter it on paper, at least. It just allows the Medusa to skirmish so much earlier than usual. You know, you look at Medusa, you think, oh, she can't do anything until late game, but Stone Gaze is pretty good at every stage of the game. Even if you don't get the actual petrifications, 50% AoE slow. It's pretty fucking ridiculous. So mid lane, again, the Earth Spirit going to start off just kind of lingering nearby. This is exactly what he did in the last game. Jabs proving to be quite the talented Earth Spirit player. And he starts most games just by kind of lingering in the mid, putting some pressure on to make sure my pro has a small advantage early on. He'll rotate up top and going to do the same thing for the Beastmaster. Oh, here we go. 3-4-3 gets jumped on, and the slow from the boar actually doing a lot of work here. Easy first blood setup for the Beastmaster. All set up because of jabs. He's got that Orb of Venom. The Oov on top of this boar slow, even only at level 1, 10%. It adds up. Beastmaster, great hero to get that first blood bonus gold on. This is one of those offlane heroes that can kind of transition into a carry if he gets a lot of farm and a lot of space. Very beefy in these early levels, hard to bring down. A lot of utility with the slow from the boar and the scouting from the hawk. Hard hero to kill, and if he gets farm, he can definitely find kills himself. Chen, still only level 1. So far, he's just been stacking. I think he's hoping for one of those Wild Wing Rippers so that he can just take it down with a tornado and jump up to level 3 or so. This is risky. If there was a bounty hunter or something, I don't think he'd even try to go for this, but if Sig.Trust managed to scout this out, the Earth Spirit could actually be a real irritant in absorbing this XP. Third stack, he will get the Wild Ring Ripper, so this is at least a possibility for the Chen now. We'll see if it gets scouted. How are things going for one Ohio here? Level 3 on the Doombringer. Looks like he's having a pretty good time in the offlane. Dusa as well as the Lion, not really zoning him out too effectively. So he is 9-1 right now. Slightly ahead of the Beastmaster, having a pretty good time. Chen, gonna stack this one more time, I guess. Just hanging out. Level 1 DJ. Very misleading gold graph there. Small lead for Sig.Trust, but Chen has done literally nothing so far besides stack. Yeah, Earn on the way for jabs. No surprise that one. And there's your 4 stack. So now he takes over the Wild Wing. And Earth Spirit, he could actually rotate over at the ideal time, which is right now. But now he's just going to head in towards the mid lane. All right, so how much is Chen going to get out of this? At least level 3, I think. And how come they don't move around? You know, like when Sand King goes in there and it's Sandstorm and they all run around like idiots? Why don't they do it for the Tornado? They're halfway to level 3. All right, Chen's caught up, baby. He's picked up the Smoke of Deceit now. He'll probably grab another creep and then look to start ganking. Finds himself a Centaur camp. And this could be enough to try to find a kill in the top lane here. Maybe set something up on the Beastmaster and then transition into a tower. They'll bump right into Earth Spirit. And, well, an easy kill just kind of presents itself in front of him. 3-4-3 starts with the stun, follow up from the Centaur, and they smoke right away and look for another. Mid lane. Going the way of mid one, actually. Wind Ranger having a pretty good time against this Quap. Where's this smoke going? Looks like they're going to head down towards the bottom lane. Maybe try and pick on this Lion a bit. Dusa is killable. And wow, Lakel's going for a different build here. He's picked up a Ring of Health first item. Still on brown boots. Maybe this is a Lincoln's first kind of game. Here we go. Rotation around the backside. Boom Bell, the one that takes the magic missile. They're just going to let the Dusa go, and they'll settle for a quick pick on the Lion. Overall, good rotation here from Fnatic. Gets DJ his level 4. And we'll force the Dusa back a bit. They'll go ahead and use the Tornado here and just put some pressure onto the tower. It's an interesting new thing that they added as well. You can see who the tower is attacking. It's kind of weird. I don't know if I like it. I guess it's pretty noob-friendly, right? Although if you can't tell that the tower is killing you, you've probably got bigger problems. Speaking of problems, Lakel's, he's about to get sandwiched. Just a 3-on-1. Nowhere for him to go. No TP rotations. Ping's coming out like crazy. There's the Quap. Big Sonic Wave. Connects on Ohio. Lakel's still on the run, trying to make it away. Ohio eats the Fairy Fire, and he actually dies first. Not bad for Lakel's. Now can MyPro make it out? Jabs rotates in. It's a 3-on-2 the other way. 3-4-3, hexed up, stunned by the Earth Spike, and they'll be able to find a cleanup kill. 2 for 2 if you count the Lion dying initially. But the good news there for Sig.Trust is that Dusa did get the kill on Doom before she went down. So honestly, not that bad for Lakel's. Number 1 on CS and did get some good XP out of that. Tricked out in terms of rings, Ring of Health, and Aquila. Is he just going to go straight Lincolns? I'm really curious how he's going to transition this build now. If it is just more defensive in nature, or if it's just a casual Ring of Health. So many questions and still so few answers. One thing's for sure, though. This laning phase is going pretty well for Fnatic. About 1,000 net worth lead now. Doom finds his level 6. It's a 3-on-1. He's got some support inbound. They're rotating down. Man, this guy is tanky. 1,000 HP. Only 4 armor, but he's able to survive through it. And now it's Sig.Trust that are on the back foot. It's actually a smoke from Fnatic. I'm not sure that they're going to be able to make this one happen, though. Not the easiest angle to initiate. Pretty good defensive positioning here from Sig.Trust at the moment. Earth Spirit, only level 3. Still hasn't even gotten a single last hit. Fnatic's being, Fnatic being the aggressors this go-around, making it very difficult for Jabs. Whoops-a-daisy. Wind Ranger gets a solo kill mid on the Quap. There you go. Good stuff for Fnatic. Push them further into the lead. Now about 1,500 is their favor. Beastmaster almost level 6. Always a big turning point. That's when he'll be able to TP if they dive towers, make stuff happen. Courier flies overhead, gets picked off by Fnatic. Another little pick-me-up going their way. I think they'll be happy with that. No cargo, but Courier kills a Courier kill. Now down bottom, Ohio. Stone Gaze used. They walk around the side. They actually get the Petrification. Good positioning from Lakel's. They turn him to stone, and then they turn him to crumble. Now in the top lane, MyPro rotates up. Just as Abba dings 6, they drop the Primal Roar and Sonic Wave. More than enough for a kill there. Very nice.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And it's on the Slark, no less. We'll try to transition this into a tower push up top. The double bore. And that value point and attack speed from the Inner Beast does help make this siege a bit easier. Meanwhile, in the mid, though, Chen rendezvous with the Wind Ranger here, and they're going to trade tower for tower. It looks like tier 1 for tier 1. Maybe. Sig.Trust actually not going to be able to finish it off in time. Now Slark rejoining the party. Vengeful Spirit nearby as well. Hits him with a stun. There's the pounce, and Abba will fall for his insolence. MyPro low on mana, but does have a blink. He should be okay here. I think. TP on cooldown for 10. Going to be a 4-on-1 in a moment here. It's going to walk deep into the trees. Better blink sooner rather than later. Oh, daddy. Living life on the edge there. Mid one almost finds him. The Quap makes it out. Well, good stuff for Slark to get that recovery kill. That death actually really hurt. And now that we see the Beastmaster is level 7, he's ready to move. They're going to smoke, and they're going to go for this kill on Doom. They've got a Primal Roar. And there it is to start things off. Lion's got a Finger of Death and Earthspike to follow up. Easy setup. Lion gets credit for that one. Not going to be able to grab any Chen creeps as a consolation.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
But good rotations here from Sig.Trust. And we're going to glance at the graph. Fnatic still holding on to a farming lead, but losing a little bit of their momentum. Most of that lead is coming from the Chen. Just having a dedicated jungler opens up a lot more efficiency. He is almost level 6 as well, opening up some more team fight possibilities. Looks like just Arcane Mech will be on the way for him. He did use a smoke to get down here in this bottom lane, but nobody here to defend that tier 1. All of Sig.Trust are kind of grouped up around the mid and top lanes. Beastmaster now rotating into the jungle, and Lakel's just holding the mid. Checking in on his item build now, phase boots, and still the double rings. So just going for some movement speed now, about 1,100 gold. Does he go Drum, does he go Yasha, or does he go Linken's? Those are the questions that need answering. Bottom tier 1 falls though. Wind Ranger and Chen creeps, able to take it out pretty easily here. Quap gets the bounty, and Sig.Trust are all grouped up right now, sort of positioning as if they want to try to take a fight. But nobody really too vulnerable at the moment. Mid one now taking over some of the enemy jungle. There's your level 1 book out on the Beastmaster. So the beginning of the scary items coming out here. Necro Book 3 is really when he comes online, but Book 1 is something. Chen Creep's doing some work at this bottom tier 1 or tier 2 tower rather. Wind Ranger as well pops the ulti, and they will force out the glyph. Lakel's the lone defender at the moment. Fnatic is hungry. Let's take a look at their vision. And they've got 2 aggressive wards down. Lane ward in the bottom. And right up on this hill here. Give a lot of just general intel about what's happening in the enemy space. Sig.Trust, smoke up. They bump right into the Venge Doom. Primal Roar used on the Vengeful Spirit. She is 6, but now she's mana drained. No swap available. And the Necronomicon will help make that an easy kill. No swap to get away. They did have to burn a smoke for that, but at least it does open up their jungle a little bit. Puts Fnatic in a slightly more defensive position. And as I say that, they come back in for more. It's really aggressive positioning here. Oh, they're going to bump right into Boom Bell. Shackle does not latch. Boom Bell might actually live. Hadouken and Power Shot. Takes him down low, but he does walk away. Mid-tier 1, taking a little bit of chip. What's Slark working on in terms of items? Yeah, just standard kit so far. Aquila, Power Treads. I think this is a pretty good Shadow Blade game. Just go for the mobility, get that extra little bit of attack speed. I think attack speed in general is going to be good on Slark. Again, that Essence shift against Medusa. It seems like, in general, Slark's favors Shadow Blade over Blink Dagger anyhow these days. Partially because of the attack speed, but the utility as well. Fnatic move into the Roche Pit here, and they've got great vision down to see if anyone's going to come their way to contest. That ward is soon to expire, so they got another one up. And they can see the rotations from Sig. They get Roche down to about half health, and they are forced to back up. Radiant Vision, they see exactly what's going on here. They've got the ward on the high ground there. Smoke from Sig. Not sure where they used it. Fnatic might have saw the smoke get popped. Might have seen, rather. Either way, Fnatic do back out of the pit with plenty of time to spare. Roche will stay standing about half HP for now. Sig have to be running low on smokes, man. Feels like they've been smoking at every turn. Yep, restock in 5. Out of smokes for 5 minutes. Well, speak of the devil. Fnatic's going to smoke up themselves, but what's the play? Is it move into the Roche, or is it move in for a gank? And it looks like it's the latter. They want to try to catch somebody from Sig, but they don't realize that they're just baiting with the Medusa down bottom. This is dire vision we're looking at, and they have absolutely no idea. This is such a smart play from Sig.Trust. They have a feeling this could be coming. Again, dire vision. They still don't see the reinforcements behind the Medusa. They're pinging it out. They're seeing it. Smoke gets broken. The jig is up. Boom Bell caught by a shackle. It might be enough to bring him down, and it is. Lion dies first, but now the Magnetize doing huge damage. Primal Roar, but a swap will keep the Chen alive a little bit longer. He gets off the ult, but it's not enough. He dies first on the side of Fnatic, and now Ohio getting left behind will eat his stick charges. Net joining the party as well, but a huge ult from the Quap connects on the entire team. Do Sig.Trust have the damage to clean it up? And it looks like it. Lakel stays standing. Mid one, trying to do what damage he can. Net's already popped the ultimate. He'll have a pounce in one, but it's just not enough. He picked up the Blink Dagger before he died. That's something, but it's small. A huge fight for Sig.Trust. Where's that team fight recap, man? That's a big one. And the tower fell as well. Dies to the Radiant. No deny. 2,500 net worth trade. Well, net worth gain, rather, here for Sig.Trust. Just brilliant positioning. We'll take a look at the replay here and just get a feel for how sick nasty that was. So, instant replay time. Sig.Trust come around the backside. They think it's just a Dusa. Obviously, they're suspicious, and they start looking around. Their smoke gets broken. They find Boom Bell. Unfortunate that he can't even get off a single spell. But then you see how the rest of the fight unfolds. Magnetize does huge damage. The swap buys DJ a little bit of time. He gets off his ult, and it seems like, oh, wait, he got his stuff off. Maybe we can turn. Slark joins the party as well. But the ult from Quap is simply just devastating. And then once you see that Net uses his ultimate, he just has nothing left. They don't have the damage. Super impressive positioning from Sig there to bait that out. Roshan now under assault by the Dire team. Sig.Trust are on their way in. Dusa uses the ult. Might be able to get a stone. Nope, nobody gets petrified. But now Jabs goes jumping in, has the Magnetize, connects on the team. Mech gets used by DJ, but he doesn't have a Hand of God this time. And Fnatic in a lot of trouble. 3-4-3 getting low. Ohio gets caught by the Primal Roar. DJ tries to TP home, but gets killed by the Dusa. Ohio completely isolated, will be brought down, and it's another disastrous fight for Team Fnatic. This time, not quite as bad. It's a 2-for-3. Wind Ranger manages to catch the Earth Spirit there at the end of the fight. But in the end, it's Sig.Trust that gets the Roche. Aegis goes the way of Dusa, and they also take the team fight. Well, at least Net bought that item before he died, but I'm not sure if Blink Dagger is really the item for Slark this game. I really think the Shadow Blade's a bit better. Beastmaster gets his level 3 book 16 minutes into the game. Not too shabby. Medusa went for the drum and now going for the Perseverance. I think this is a Lincoln's. Stinking with the Lincoln. Really good Lincoln's game, though. Not too much single target. So the few things that it will absorb are pretty damn good. Magic missile and swap. Doom. Whatever Doom has if he has a single target and snare. Shackle shot. Interesting change of pace from the Kells. Mid one may get ganked here. They're at least going to defend this tower. I want to look at that last team fight replay, but I don't want to miss any action. It looks like a couple of these lanes could be heating up. All right, so here it is. Sig.Trust walks right into the pit. Stone Gaze, absolutely perfect. Slows all of them down, forces them to separate. And again, Fnatic are just not on the same page. The Magnetize connects on everybody. Does an absurd amount of damage. 2 on the high ground, 3 on the low ground. It's just not the way you take this kind of fight. And we're not even looking at the replay. God, I'm such an idiot. All right, we're running it back. So as you can see, Sig.Trust walk right into the pit. Beautiful Stone Gaze. And then a Magnetize that's even better. It just does a crippling amount of damage. And splitting Fnatic with 2 on the high ground. 3-4-3 with nowhere to run. Just gets destroyed. Now back to the game. We might go for a kill on Net. My God. That Slark just got obliterated. Guys, this is bad news for Fnatic. You look at that gold graph, and it is just all Sig.Trust all day. My pros picked up the Orchid now. They've got a lot of core items, and you look at this Dire squad, and yeah, they've got some, but nothing quite as scary. DJ just tries to TP home, and that actually won't happen. Primal Roar comes out at the last second, saves the Sonic Wave. And they get another easy pickoff. Well, should be able to transition this into a free tier 2 tower here in the mid lane, and then down bottom, Ohio in mid one. We'll put some pressure into this one. Glyph and some TPs. Are they actually going to be able to catch anybody, though? Jabs, looking for the kick. Orchid onto Ohio as he turns for the Doom. Beautiful timing from MyPro, but can they actually kill him in time? He tries the TP out, and it won't be enough. The Sonic Wave comes out, and he gets finished off. Mid one now, left behind, all by his lonesome. Does have a TP scroll, but now completely out of mana. Isolated, hexed, and brought down. It's MyPro that gets another one on the scoreboard. And just like that, Fnatic lose 4 heroes independently over the course of about 2 minutes. 1,700 net worth more in favor of Sig.Trust. They're just completely taking control of this game. It's honestly like watching a team just pick off a bunch of pubbers. I mean, Fnatic are not on the same page whatsoever.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And Slark committed to this Blink Dagger. Right now, he is just so weak. Look at the net worth. He's starting to fall further and further behind. He's even behind the offlaner of Sig.Trust. His damage output is lackluster, to say the least. And this is why Blink Dagger Slark is not so great. It's really good if you're balling out of control, of course. But when you're behind like this, it just doesn't offer you much utility at all. If you can't blow somebody up in that rotation of blinking in, I don't know if it's really a value item, so to speak. There's the Lincolns out on Deucer, though. All outer towers now done on the side of Fnatic. Nothing but high ground remains. And time on the Aegis, not much. Only about 15 seconds or so. And even the Wind Ranger, who had a pretty damn good time mid, even got a solo kill on the Quap, decently timed Aghanim's, but this is one of the problems with Wind Ranger. We'll see her get ganked right now, and just as they blink on her, she kind of gets destroyed. Manages to get off the Wind Run before the Orchid comes out. Gets sent back by the Chen, but just almost dies to the Necro units. Jesus. But this is one of the weaknesses of Wind Ranger. She takes so long to come online. And if you can stall out the game, she can definitely transition from kind of a tempo controller into that late game carry. But so far, she just hasn't been able to find the farming space to do so. And the sad thing, she's the #1 farmer on her team. Venge gone for the Medallion here. Opens up some potential Roche possibilities for the team. Medallion and Wave of Terror. Is Quap going for a Lincoln's too? Suppose it could be a Scotty, but that would be kind of awkward. What an interesting strat from Sig.Trust. It's just mass Lincolns, guys. They don't have that much single target. Of all the games to go for 2 or 3 Lincolns, it's really not a bad one for it. Looks like it'll just be 2 Lincolns, but as we talked about, not that many single target spells, and the few that are, worth absorbing for sure. Earth Spirit, again, having a pretty good presence. His farm, relatively high compared to the other supports. Top of the charts there, and actually about even with the Doom. And that's allowed him to be a much more of kind of a core type hero. His presence has definitely been seen in these team fights. Now has a Veil of Discord, buffing up his damage, some of the Quap's damage, the Lion Finger. Another very good item to have. And he'll just move into the Ag Scepter.
Radiant's top tower is under
Cookie
attack.
cutter build, but it's damn good. And now the Yasha on the way for Lakel's. Looks like
Radiant's top
cheeky
tower
little play
has
from the
fallen.
Wind Ranger there. Focus fire to finish off the tower. No deny. That's cute. Sig.Trust still holding on to this lead, though. It's plateaued a little bit since the Aegis has expired. 7,500 net worth and experience is their favor, though. They might just wait out till next Roche before they really do anything too aggressive. High ground towers all still very healthy. Maybe getting a few wards down in general, but especially in enemy territory could bode well. Looking for some vision control here. Possibly another pickoff. I mean, I see why Fnatic's playing so defensive at this point. They can't really take a fight. Abba goes in on the mid one, and just look at the solo kill potential there. Look how much damage he does. Any other hero that doesn't have Wind Run is dead there. I think almost 100%. Insane damage in the duration of that Primal Roar. Mid one's not out of the clear yet. His TP's on cooldown for another 13 seconds. And Abba's going to chase him down. His Blink Dagger comes up, but the Orchid's there. They catch him. And they've got plenty of damage. It's a dead Wind Ranger. Cheeky plays to almost survive, but in the end, he can't do it. Radiant, they've got the vision. Hello, that's a bird. Finger of Death out on the net, and they just destroy him. That is the power of the Beastmaster. This nasty little buzzard here gives them the intel they need to make sure that Slark does not survive. Painful for Fnatic fans across the world, as Sig.Trust are 2 kills closer now to breaking high ground. They're going to go straight for it. Roche, long respawn. Good news for Fnatic here. It's going to be another 2 minutes or so till the big boy comes back up. I like this idea from Fnatic. Instead of trying to defend here, they're just going to split push. Realizing that they can't defend with 3 anyhow, they're just going to do what damage they can in other areas of the map. They force out the Radiant Glyph. A lot of Chen creeps here. They will be able to get that tier 2. They use the Glyph of their own. And that'll be a tier 3 tower down. Will Fnatic be able to hold on to the barracks, though? That's the question. Slark up in about 10 seconds. He does have a buyback, but obviously doesn't want to use it here, and he will hold it. Melee barracks fall. Sig.Trust start to back out. MyPro caught by the shackle, but he's got the Invis rune on. They know where he is, but they still can't see him. He gets the Lincolns. Doom comes out onto jabs. Lakells, he'll use the Stone Gaze. Petrifies 1. And Fnatic can't be happy with that. Their Doom is down, and they don't even get a kill out of it. Shackle, caught by the Lincolns. Net just gets destroyed. It's a dead Slark as soon as he comes back. Ohio moves out of the base. No mana, nowhere to go, and it's a dead Doombringer as well. Now Venge and DJ in a world of hurt. Jabs, mans up, pops the ult, and manages to live. That's 4 down on Fnatic, and could be close to GG. Wind Ranger, the only one left surviving. A couple of buybacks are available on the Dire squad, but we're only 26 minutes in. Ranged barracks fall, and now Sig just move right towards this mid-tier 3. They've broken this game wide open, and now the base to boot. Fnatic will linger around a little bit longer, maybe one good team fight left in them. Roche up now in less than a minute. Sig.Trust will grab the melee barracks in the mid. They ping out Roche, and they're going straight for it. Playing this so well, so controlled, not overcommitting, not overstaying their welcome. Happy with the spoils they've gained for themselves, and now just move back towards the pit. Now, they have an eye on the timer, so they should know that Roche could be up any second now. Dusa trying to steal some Ancients, and Doom will come, just kind of box him out. But some huge gains coming out of that. That's a full Aghanim Scepter now on this Earth Spirit. Manta style coming out for Lakells. Blink Dagger up on the Lion. 4-staff BOTs on the Beastmaster. What's Quap working on? Oh, hey, look! Another Lincolns! The item progression is just out of control. One more lost team fight for Fnatic, and this one's over, I think. 20k net worth, 14k experience.
Worthy tribute.
Sig.Trust, man. They are showing us the power of the Medusa. You know they're going to pick it. 4th pick, both games in a row. And Lakells has just been an absolute madman. 4-1 and 13 so far in this match. I mean, Fnatic are in absolute Hail Mary time at this point. 5-hero YOLO smoke. I think it's time. Slark picks up an ulti orb. Maybe a Scotty, potentially for him. They walk by Roche. They do ping it out, but they're just going to smoke into the team. Wind Ranger, invisibility rune on, breaks the smoke. That's unfortunate for Sig.Trust. Just a bit unlucky. 3-4-3 makes it to the high ground. Boulder toss disjointed as the Quap blinks. Fnatic may try to have a go here. Mid one scouting out. Let's take a look at Fnatic's vision. And they don't have a hell of a lot. They've got a ward up on the high ground there. And Sig see it. So now Sig know that Fnatic know they're in the pit. And they may be trying to bait this out. This is Fnatic's vision right now. And they think Sig.Trust are in there, but they faked him out. Great use of the fog. Abba trying to catch the Slark.
Dire's middle tower is
The Slark does blink out. A really cheeky play there from Sig, though. They killed the ward, made it look like they went into the pit. Instead, they backed up into the fog. If Sig.Trust had, or pardon me, if Fnatic had just run into the pit, if the Slark had blinked into the pit, that would have been a free kill. Fnatic doesn't fall for it, but it's still a very noble effort from Sig. Now a game of chicken has broken out outside of the Roche pit. Both sides limited on vision. Dire actually going to get a sentry down as well as an observer. And they will maintain a little bit of vision control, at least for now. Sig, you're kind of between a rock and a hard place here, trying to decide if they want to commit to the Roche pit or if they want to try to bait it out again. I mean, they're so far ahead at this point, I think they can just take a straight-up 5v5 in the pit. Honestly, I think they have the better team for fighting in the pit as well. So much more AoE damage. So even though Fnatic know they can't do this too easily, they'll take over the Necronomicon unit. And did Roche just kill it? No, I think it was Abba. That's funny, though. Cute little play from the Chen to take over the Necro Creep. Here we go. Ohio caught by the Orchid. Now hexed up. That's not the way you want to start off this fight. Fnatic lose their doom before it even really starts. Now DJ stunned, swapped by the Venge, but it may just be the end of both of them. DJ tries to TP home, ends up falling. Same story for the Vengeful Spirit. 3 down straight away for Fnatic. Mid one on the run. Caught by the dagger from the Quap. The Orchid again. And he's dead. 4-0. Everybody on Sig still reasonably healthy. And there it is. GG, well played is called by Fnatic. And honestly, not a moment too soon. Sig would have taken this Roche and ran straight up the mid for an easy throne defeat. 28-8, 30 minutes of gameplay. Sig.Trust knock Fnatic down to the lower bracket. Now we've got Sig.Trust guaranteed a space in the winner or in the grand finals, the best of 5. So that's it for the upper bracket, folks. We've got nothing but lower bracket best of 1s until we make it to the grand final.